Motor Company. Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw. Available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good. Basilio here reminding you that when you want to sell your extra tickets to the game, you don't want to give your life away online with all your personal information just because you want to sell a few extra tickets. Clark Moore at Select Ticket Service will gladly buy your extra game tickets and your extra parking passes. And the best part? Clarky Boy pays cash. 865-919-1016. 865-919-1016. Clarky Boy pays cash at Select Ticket Service. Clarky Boy pays cash. I'll say this for me. I can sound really obnoxious on some of these commercials, but I don't. But generally, I'm not obnoxious.
What?
Generally, I'm an affable, lovable type.
What about that? You know what? You do a commercial.
Yeah.
That pops into my head all the time when I'm driving through Fountain City.
Because you're presented by Jennifer Morris, nextmovesmokymountains.com.
That's why not why
She of Keller Williams.
Jennifer Morris.
Don't you dare buy or sell a house without talking to Jennifer Morris.
She's really an exceptional person.
And by the way,
really
our
like
TLD
her.
Logistics Overdrive Overtime is coming up next. The Playbook with William Pattison's on deck. I would encourage you to give William a listen. The guy he's been in fuego lately. And one thing that he and I don't have in common is he's pretty good at picking the ponies. And me, I couldn't pick a family member out of a room full of Chinese people right now, the way I've been going with college football.
Tony, that's not
good.
Appropriate.
Not appropriate. I'm sorry.
No,
I couldn't find an Italian.
You know, you look a little Chinese
well,
to me.
I'm tired. That's why. Till we meet again, I love you. Peace.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
well. His conservativeness all season long has been an issue. So, but currently, right now, I'm not very optimistic going into this one, at least on a Tuesday.
Okay, and Alex, I know you're hard at work. What's your vibe right now heading into this matchup?
I think it's really, can Josh Heupel win this game? Because we haven't seen him really go on the road and win that marquee game so far in his Tennessee career. So I think that's the biggest thing is, can he go and win this night game at Bryant-Denny Stadium? Because you know that atmosphere is going to be rocking, and you know the way that Alabama's played, they might be the hottest team in the country right now. The way that Ty Simpson's playing as well. And I unfortunately think we know what the Tennessee defense is right now. You know, they give up 200 yards on the ground again against Arkansas, who, you know, is a good offense, but Tennessee is really the second to last worst defense in the conference right now, in front of Arkansas, who just fired their whole defensive staff. Yeah. So, it was very interesting being up in the press box next to the Tennessee defensive coaches, because they were making some noise in that booth this weekend, and there was a lot that they were unhappy with. So, yeah, we'll see if the defense can play, because they're going to need to take some pressure off that offense, because I think the offense is going to need to score and score at will if they want to win this game.
Yeah, most definitely. And we apologize for the technical difficulties on the YouTube stream. Think we're up and rolling. We're getting some comments. There you are. You can hear us. So good stuff. We apologize about that. But we were talking about the vibe check, right, on this Tuesday. It's important to get that grasp of where everything is at as you get ready for the matchup on Saturday. And, you know, kind of the consensus, as, you know, for some of you guys might not have been able to hear it. You know, everyone's, you know, a little nervous. There's some things you saw Saturday defensively where you're like, this could be an issue against the Tide. But offensively, you've liked what you've seen to this point this season. But the defense is going to be a big question mark. And, you know, I feel like we all kind of feel that sentiment at the moment. But during his press conference on Monday, Tennessee head coach Josh Heupel emphasized the history, energy, and opportunity surrounding the annual rivalry, which has been billed as the third Saturday in October since 1939. And this is what Heupel had to say, quote, "Third Saturday in October, great historical game, rivalry game. I know it will be a great environment against a great football team, and looking forward to it. We have to do a great job in our preparation. You look at how they're playing offensively, defensively, special teams, playing at a really high level right now. This is why you come to Tennessee to play in a game like this, a great rivalry game with Alabama." And, you know, we did so much talk over the last couple of weeks as we were waiting for those schedule releases to come out from the SEC, those annual opponents. Some people not really excited about all three teams that were given. Brett will not be one of them. One of them did not particularly interest Brett, but you know, when you talk about these annual matchups and the importance of Tennessee and Alabama, what does this matchup mean not only for the SEC but to many of you guys? And you know, to me, the SEC, in terms of a historical standpoint, you know, Tennessee and Alabama are two very historic programs in college football in general, with plenty of history. Obviously, Alabama had a ton of success with Bear Bryant, had a heavy amount of success with Nick Saban. It's one of the best programs in the country, but Tennessee has been around for a very long time and has a very storied past themselves. I mean, talk about historic coaches, historic players, championships, and one of the most historic venues in college football in Neyland Stadium. These are two of the, you know, type of blue bloods in college football history. And that's why this rivalry goes back so deep, because there have been so many great players and great teams that have matched up against each other. And it was so important that this was continued in these upcoming years as a rivalry that is played annually, because it goes back that deep. And, you know, growing up, I mean, it was Tennessee and Florida, Tennessee and Alabama for me. Like those games were, you know, must-see TV, regardless of, you know, what kind of team Tennessee had at the time going up against those Nick Saban teams. Like, you always had to tune in, because those rivalry games, you never know what will happen. I mean, I think back to, you know, 2011 and Mount Cody. That was a 10-9 game. Tennessee really had no business being neck and neck in that one. But you just have no idea what will come. And over the last couple of years, folks, this has been an absolute battle. This has been one of the must-see games every season. In 2022, we all know what happened. 59 or 52-49. Chase McGrath knocks it in, and then the next season, Tennessee has a double-digit lead going into halftime. Alabama's able to axe that last year. Tennessee gets the revenge and gets it done with a couple of big plays from Will Brooks at the end. Like, this is now becoming a back-and-forth clash between two historic programs. So, I think the vibe around this matchup, at least nationally, everyone will be tuned in on Saturday, and that's exactly why it's the primetime game on ABC. Allie, what does this matchup mean to you and historically as well in college football?
This is the most anticipated game for Tennessee of the season, every season. Even if Tennessee wasn't impressive that year, it's still a big game, and this fan base deserves these games to be competitive. They deserve how it's looked over the past 4 years because of how dedicated they've been to it when it wasn't looking so good for Tennessee. So these years are so much fun. You never know what's going to happen. Everyone brings cigars. There's so many traditions that come with this. It would just be so awesome if we were able to get our first win there since 2003.
Yeah, a tall task, however, but it's nothing sweeter than winning in the opponent's building and being able to light those cigars in front of everyone else. Brett, what does this matchup mean to you on a historical level?
Yeah, it's huge. It's behind Florida for me, but it's got its own name to it. Anytime you have your own name to a game, the historical significance to it. It's been floating around social media all day. You have the Joey Kent play from Peyton Manning on play one. I mean, it's one of the greatest plays in Tennessee football history, and that just gets your juices flowing every week. This comes about, and you see plays like that. There's countless other plays. You've even got, the whole Tua thing where he transfers. Butch Jones is on their sidelines. So you have players back and forth, guys that played against each other, recruits, all sorts of things. So there's just the historical nature. It's unbelievable. And it's one of the greats. And the back and forth is just crazy between the win streaks. And we win 9 in a row, they win 9 in a row, then they win 15 in a row with Saban, So, hopefully we can end the streak of losing down there. And, I don't know if it's this weekend, but hopefully, we continue this rivalry is going to continue for years to come, which I'm excited about.
Alex, what about you?
Yeah, it's one of the pillars of college football. And somebody who's not from this area, I didn't understand what it meant really until I got here. And it's one of the games that is the marquee game on everybody's schedule, not just Tennessee and Alabama fans, but it's, a college football, from a college football level. You think of even you heard a few years ago, Alabama fans saying that they dislike Tennessee more than Auburn in some cases, which I thought was interesting. And I think Saban even made a comment on that. And, it's just because of that competition. And, these last few years for this rivalry have been just unbelievable. And, that 22 game, one of the greatest moments in Tennessee football history. You can't replicate that with any other team. So I think that's the thing that historically makes this rivalry so special.
Yeah, and you mentioned that 2022 game. I mean, just memories that will last a lifetime as well, right? As a student at the time at Tennessee, that's a game I'll never forget, and that's a moment I'll never forget either. Just stuff like that, it resonates with you for a lifetime, and it just shows the power and impact of college football in a matchup like this. We'll turn our attention to this week's matchup, though, not what's happened in the past, but as we know, Alabama's got a strong group, and they've really put things into high gear over the last couple of weeks. And Josh Heupel said a key focus for the team this week will be creating takeaways and capitalizing on turnover opportunities against Alabama's offense, led by quarterback Ty Simpson. Quote, "We need to win the turnover battle, first of all," Heupel said. Ty has been great with the football, has been really sound in his decision-making. For us, we have to go play assignment sound. You have to apply pressure on the quarterback. That's a part of creating turnovers. You have to do a great job of matching out and making plays on the back end too. And we have to put our helmets on the football and get some punches too and try to knock it out the way. And as we know, Tennessee's defense has struggled, but they haven't really struggled creating turnovers. As you've seen, multiple turnovers forced in back-to-back SEC matchups against Mississippi State. You had a pair of touchdowns on the defensive side of the football, and last week against Arkansas, forced 3 fumbles. Do you believe that Tennessee has enough defensively to slow down the Tide's offense that has been clicking recently? And, that was exemplified against Missouri. That's a tough matchup, a 12 o'clock kick on the road against a top 25 team. Alabama's offense was still able to execute at a high level, was able to come out of there with a win. We saw it against Georgia. I mean, they looked very, very good on the road in a tough environment in prime time, and they also did it against Vanderbilt. So they've shown time and time again over the last 3 outings that this isn't a good offense, and you're going to have to be really, really good defensively to make plays and to keep your team in this one. And I feel like if Tennessee is able to create multiple turnovers, that's how you kind of level out the playing field for all the other mistakes that you have currently with this defense. Man-to-man is going to be tough against Ryan Williams, Jeremy Bernard, and Isaiah Horton. But you're going to need possessions in this one because your offense is going to have to be, they're going to have to be nails. They're going to have to be able to execute. They're going to have to be able to get 7 instead of 3. But by getting extra possessions and creating turnovers, that's how you can get a little bit of a cushion. And as we've seen in this game, and the last time Tennessee traveled to Alabama, even a double-digit lead at halftime is not going to give you enough insurance to win the game. So you have to create turnovers in the first half, get that advantage of an extra possession, and do the same in the second half. I think creating turnovers, like Heupel said, is really the recipe here for Tennessee to come out with a win. Would you agree with that, Allie, or is there another method for Tennessee's defense to possibly get the upper hand here?
Well, that's what Tennessee's defense obviously has done best, creating turnovers, getting to the quarterback, some of the other things that they've struggled with, but those are 2 bright spots for this defense. However, with Alabama's offense, like you've said, they've played really clean this season and they haven't been turning over the ball. So it'll be just between this matchup to see if Tennessee's defense is able to create that havoc and create those turnovers. And I think that that's the best course of action. Hopefully they'll be able to win that side.
Brett, Tennessee's defense have enough to slow down this Tide offense?
The only hope is turnovers, and that's the one thing Alabama's not doing right now. So that scares you to death because unless we're getting those turnovers, teams have been putting up points, and so that worries you. Ty Simpson's been efficient on third down. We haven't been great on third downs. If they get in the red zone, we haven't been great in the red zone. So you feel like the only way to really almost stay in this game is to force those turnovers. Without the turnovers last week, we'd probably having a different story even. So, it's the key to every game. Penalties as well. I consider them turnovers, things like that. So, it's absolutely the key because I think we're going to get pressure. Can we force him into those mistakes if we do get pressure? We've the conference in sacks, so you like that. He's not as mobile as Taylon Green, so I think you have some advantages there. Their offensive line has been great. So, I could see us forcing a couple of turnovers very easily, but, I think that's the only way on Saturday, to be honest.
I think Heupel's sentiment in the press conference talking about, relying on those turnovers is not a good sign because I really don't. When I saw that he said that, that shows me there's kind of a lack of confidence in straight up man-to-man, on defense. Like Brett said, this is one of the best teams in the country when it comes to getting pressure and getting sacks. But if you have to rely on turnovers, I think you're going to be in trouble. And think about the last time Tennessee went on the road for an SEC game. You have at the end of the game, you got some, Mississippi State has 2 interceptions. So if you give Alabama extra possessions and put your defense in a tough spot with tough field, it's not going to be pretty. And, I think Heupel on his point about the turnovers, it's not the best thing to rely on, especially in this game. And like Brett said, with the way that Ty Simpson's taking care of the football.
Yeah. Well, Heupel also had a little bit of a snappiness yesterday in the press conference, and it was when he was asked about that Tennessee defense. I'll read 2 quotes here, but I'll then expand on what I believe that snappiness is really rooted from. So when asked about the rush defense's performance in recent outings, this is what Heupel had to say, quote, "At times we played it extremely well. In particular, early the other night, we didn't. Some of it was just fits off of our rotations and what we're seeing from them scheme-wise. Some of it was just destructing blocks and making plays, tackling. As the game went on, we sure handled it in a better way. We just have to start faster." Now, a couple of questions later, he was asked on if he sees any improvement in tackling since the bye week, and he goes, "I just talked about it. Earlier in the football game, I didn't think we did a good job in that. As the game went on, we did a lot better. And there were a couple snappy moments yesterday, and this in particular, talking about the defense, I think exemplified that. But there was another moment as well where he was asked about Deshaun Bishop kind of being a little bit banged up, and he fired back with, well, have you talked to the trainers? And like, obviously they have not. And he said that Deshaun should be good to go on Saturday. But that snappiness, I think it shows the pressure that he feels in this matchup. As Tennessee already has a loss on their resume, and that was a game that you did a lot of the right things and probably should have come out of there with a win, but unfortunately you weren't able to execute in a couple of certain situations, and you walk out of there with a loss, a devastating loss for this team in terms of what you have going forward, but you still have opportunities in front of you, and 2 losses is kind of the barrier for a college football playoff bid. You don't have 2 losses yet, and you don't have 3, so you still have opportunities. But Heupel understands that this is a big one, because if you get one on Saturday, that's a ranked win on the road that props you right into the top 10, and then you have a little bit of a mulligan the rest of the way for some other tough competition you have left. Oklahoma, with John Mateer most likely playing better, cleaner football after a couple of weeks of getting that hand right. That Florida game, folks, I do not overlook it. Florida on the road has not been nice to Tennessee, and Florida still has a very talented football team. And I hate that we have to mention this one too, but the final game of the regular season is going to be pretty intriguing as well, with Vanderbilt, a favorite this weekend against LSU. And LSU is a top 10 team in the country right now. So there are a lot of tough games remaining on Tennessee's schedule. And it is so much easier on your football team and your football team's future if you just handle the task at hand each week. And I feel that's why we sense this snappiness from Heupel, because he knows the defense is not living up to those expectations that were set last season, and that you have to get a win this week. It's not a must win per se, but it's right up there with about as must have as you can, because you still have a lot of tough competition the rest of the way. So I feel like Heupel feels the pressure, and does that translate to the team? We'll have to see. But in terms of Heupel and where this team is right now, do you feel like the pressure is on this weekend, Allie?
Absolutely. And I think he's aware of those pain points, and they sting just a little bit more this week with all the pressure that's on this game and all the eyes and the speculation of how this game is going to go. Like, he's seeing all of that. And so I think it's just building up. Also, I will say we've seen a lot more from emotion from coaches in press conferences lately, with Brian Kelly and a couple other coaches kind of mimicking that. So I think they're getting a little bit more comfortable in being able to fight back a little bit, if you will.
Yeah, everyone's on edge. I don't understand. Yeah. The media's just trying to do their job. I come here, do my job. I do the radio. If you're in the media, you go in there and ask questions to try and formulate a story. The coaches are there to coach. They're doing their job. You don't have to get snappy with them. It's not like they're, I don't even know. So anyway, I don't fully engage with the coaches getting all snappy with the guys. James Franklin was one of my easiest ones to hit on, and look where he is now. So then didn't really work out for him. But in terms of the snappiness, Brett, do you feel like that shows where the pressure is on this week?
He knows his offense got to go put up 40. I mean, he knows that for a fact, and that's why he needs Deshaun Bishop, especially coming off his best game.
Yes.
So, it's the pressure of just the third Saturday in October. I mean, he knows the significance of it. He knows what's ahead too. So, yeah, there's always pressure on these rivalry games. You've not won down there in a long time, and Heupel hadn't really won the big one on the road very often either. So, yeah, I mean, I can understand the snappiness, and just having a bad Monday. Everybody has a bad Monday.
That is true.
So, I mean, let's give the guy a break a little bit.
Miserable Monday into tired Tuesday.
I mean, whatever works. He told us about an injury. That never happens.
That is true. I know.
Couldn't even believe
Shocking.
it.
I know. After all the,
will he, won't he? And
yeah.
It's just like, I think he's ready.
Yeah.
He better be ready is what he's almost
I'm
saying.
all for that.
Suck it up.
Yeah, I'm all for some direct. He will play. Maybe we should get a Jeremiah McCoy question in there right after. That would have been a good follow-up for the media to do. But Alex, the snappiness, I know you're a media guy as well. You're in a lot of these pressers. Do you feel like that is a sense of the pressure being on?
Yeah, I do. And I think he really just wants to go win, like Brett said, that road game. He had one at Oklahoma last year. That's a good win, especially a personal one for him. But really, inside of the SEC that has the SEC road atmospheres that have tormented Tennessee fans for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of them that it hasn't happened in a long time. So I think that's the big thing. I also think tensions in that defensive coaching staff, especially. I think you're like Brett said, you are starting to feel that your offense needs to go play their best game of the year because I feel like you're starting to feel a little shorthanded defensively, and we don't know what the status of those DBs is still. So I really think there's an urgency about this game, and it was just such a weird to see Heupel like that. I think in a way, the turnover comment, like it was kind of like it had a like desperate vibe to it. I don't know. It was just interesting.
Yeah.
To see that from him, a guy that's normally very stoic and doesn't reveal that much.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those oddities that I kind of noticed yesterday.
Sure. Yeah. Maybe you just wanted to get out of there. A couple of snappy answers and let's roll. Let's get this thing on the move.
In case of the Mondays.
Yeah. Real quick, we'll check the YouTube chat. Buck chimes in and says, I can't even come up with a key. The way this team has looked scares me. I just hope we don't go or get blown out and look bad. And then Hunter chimes in, if our offense can stay on schedule, our defense will keep us in the game. We lead the nation in pass rush, and if Jam Miller isn't playing, Bama becomes more one-dimensional. And the status of Jam Miller is very important this week because he was a guy that was absent from that Florida State matchup in week 1. Would that be a similarity in this one? We'll have to see, but I don't know. I mean, Florida State's defense looked great in that one. They've looked horrible the rest of the season. So I don't know. Maybe Jam Miller is the missing piece for this Alabama team or the missing piece for this Tennessee defense in the matchup on Saturday. But when we come back, we'll talk about what wide receiver Jeremy Bernard for the Tide had to say about that Tennessee defense. He says he sees a field of dreams in terms of opportunity on Saturday. That doesn't sound good. We'll break it down when we return right here on the Playbook, presented by VIP Play on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Attention service members and veterans. Introducing the Griffin Law Firm, your trusted ally in military legal matters. From court-martials to benefit claims, at Griffin Law, your mission is their mission. Here's VFL Marshall Griffin.
As a veteran and retired military attorney, I've successfully defended lifelong benefits and helped preserve professional futures. So I know that when you hire a military justice lawyer, you maximize your chance to get relief. With my unique experience, I can advocate for you because there's no military matter that's too big or too small. Let us help you make these critical decisions that could affect the rest of your life. Remain silent. Request counsel. Call Griffin Law.
For a free consultation, call 888-707-4282. That's 888-707-4282. Or just visit griffinlawdefense.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 865-544-8220. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at menspronaknoxville.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, performance, Peyronie's, size and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic performance and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 865-544-8220 or book in 30 seconds or less at menspronaknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka. Sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Got a flat tire? Strange noise under the hood? Don't stress. Roll into Matlock Tire and Auto Service. From oil changes and brake repairs to brand new tires, Matlock's certified techs do it all. Fast, friendly, and fair priced, Matlock is the home of the price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad, and Matlock will match the exact same tire for the exact same price. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. 5 locations in East Tennessee. Visit MatlockTireService.com to find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment.
Got a problem tree looming over your home? Call ECR Total Landscapes. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, our certified pros get the job done safely and efficiently. We're licensed, insured, and ready 24/7 for emergency calls. Big or small, we cut them all. ECR Total Landscapes. Call now for a free estimate, 865-384-2012, and mention promo code FANRUN for free stump grinding on any tree removal now through the end of the year. Also, visit us at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
All right, back here on the Playbook, presented by VIP Play. We appreciate you listening along with us, whether it be on the free Fan Run Radio app, 105.7 FM or 1340 AM here in K-Town on the local dial, or on the X/YouTube live stream. However you're listening or watching, we do appreciate your time. All right, let's switch over to the Field of Dreams as Jeremy Bernard feels Alabama football's wide receivers have an opportunity to make some big plays against the Tennessee defense this weekend. The Volunteers defense has allowed 257.8 passing yards per game, which gives the Vols one of the nation's worst pass defenses through 6 games this fall. And Bernard has been the Tide's most productive pass catcher this season, leading the team in all receiving categories with 25 receptions for 392 yards and 5 touchdowns. And the wideout has watched the Vols on film, and he believes Tennessee's tendency to play man-to-man opens up the opportunities for him and his fellow wide receivers to cook. This is what he had to say, quote, they like to play man-to-man, and they want to bring the house. It's a great opportunity for our offense. They give up a lot of yards, but that's because they trust and believe in their guys to get the job done. For us to have the opportunity to go against man-to-man, it's a field of dreams. That's what receivers want, those one-on-one matchups. It's just going to be us. It's going to be up to us to go out there and make the plays. And this has sparked a lot of controversy today, a lot of talking online. Most Tennessee fans I've seen in the comment sections are like, well, he's right. And they're honestly taking the side of the Alabama receiver instead of backing up their football team. But are you concerned about these defensive backs versus the Alabama wide receivers? And I think it's going to be hard not to be concerned, as I think in terms of the SEC, there's some great duos like Cam Coleman and Eric Singleton Jr. Mario Craver has been really impressive for Texas A&M alongside KC Concepcion. There are a lot of really good receiver duos. You can even throw Tennessee in there as well, with Chris Brazzell being one of the best wide receivers in the country, Mike Matthews, Braylon Staley, a really solid group. But in terms of trios, Alabama is up there for the most productive in the SEC with Isaiah Horton, Ryan Williams, and Jeremy Bernard. Any given day, one of these guys can be the best. And I think that's the toughest thing about this team to go up against. And with Tennessee right now, with an uncertain status on Jermon McCoy, no one's heard a peep out of that this week. I wonder if that is good news that you're not hearing anything because they don't want it to get out. But after not seeing him this past weekend, I feel like it's hard to throw him out there against Alabama in his first game, especially if they hadn't been practicing. Ricky Gibson, we probably won't see him until very, very late in the season, if that. And now you're just kind of stuck with Colton Hood, who is a first-round pick. But like the rest of the way, Ty Redmond is a true freshman, and this is a tough matchup for him to go up against. And the type of tackling issues you've had in your secondary and the second level is really, really unencouraging as well. And, I think it is pretty fair to be concerned with this matchup in terms of the DBs versus Alabama's wide receivers. And I have a hard time trying to find a way not to be. Allie, would you agree?
Definitely concerned. This is a group that hasn't looked cohesive, and they've described the issues with this defense as being a problem with communication, which is never something that you want to hear. And they're facing Bama wide receivers that have been very cohesive and have kind of gotten it together ever since that FSU game. So definitely some reasons to be worried. Ryan Williams has kind of been more in the shadows this year than last year and than what we were expecting from him. But hearing about Jermon McCoy will be huge for how we feel about this later in the week.
Brett, Tennessee DBs versus the Alabama wide receivers. I'm sure you're not too confident about this one.
Yeah, this could get ugly, honestly. This is the best offense we've I mean, it's the best attack or passing game I guess we've probably played all season. And I mean, you're giving up 30 points a game. I don't even know what to say, honestly. I'm so worried about this one and what their receivers are going to do. We're talking about how bad Ryan Williams has looked, and he's going to explode possibly this week. I mean, it's just, what do you do? I mean, like, Ty Simpson's playing really well. I'm trying to be as optimistic as I can, but I'm optimistic we're probably going to get our butts kicked.
Alex, do you share that same sentiment?
It is a field of dreams for Alabama. And just an interesting note from this past Saturday, Arkansas was 7 of 13 on third down. All 7 of those conversions were in third and long situations.
Yeah.
So the Tennessee DBs, let alone, are having trouble stopping anything this year in terms of through the air. But, on third down, you got to get off the field, especially on the road. And the way that Ty Simpson has played and this trio of receivers, it's the perfect storm for Alabama this weekend. And you can only ask so much of a true freshman in Ty Redmond, and, they're not going to throw the ball at Colton Hood. So I think that's kind of the situation that we'll see.
Well, I feel like the playbook's out there right now on how to beat Tennessee in the passing game. Just stay away from number 8 because he'll make a play and kind of look for everyone else.
Arkansas went at him, though. Blake made some catches on him.
He did, but I mean, Colton Hood also had a couple of good pass deflections, good stops. Had one in the back of the end zone that was really good
in the red zone.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, no receiver's perfect. There are going to be a couple that they're able to just win those 50-50 plays. Or excuse me, no DB's perfect, but I think Hood has been significantly stronger than the other guys. But should Tennessee try to play more zone in this one? Is maybe a thought as well. But here's the thing. So if you do go zone, you're not getting the amount of pressure that you've created throughout the year. And that's the whole purpose of going man-to-man, where you're able to have your linebackers blitz. You're able to have, a good amount of pressure on the quarterback, so he has to make those quick decisions. And you see where that can cause success, where, Blake Shapen gets rushed a couple of times. He throws one a little bit too quick. Colton Hood's right there, pick 6. You got a lot of pressure off the blind side, and Tyree West, wallops over you, you fumble it, and you get a scoop and score touchdown there. Now, Blake Shapen is a good quarterback, but he's not playing to the level of Ty Simpson, and Alabama is pretty damn good on the offensive line as well. I'd say much better than Mississippi State. So creating pressure is going to be really big, but if you're not there quick enough, you're putting these DBs on significant islands. So that's where I present, okay, if you go zone, you're buying yourself time, and you're, playing the gaps and forcing Ryan Grubb and forcing Ty Simpson to, make those split decisions to try and beat the zone in certain pockets, but you're not going to get that same amount of pressure. Do you trust your defensive line in a, 3 or 4 man rush as opposed to, a 5 or 6 man rush? Do you feel like you can get that amount of pressure? I think that's the question that you have to ask. I think it's worth trying zone because I feel like if you go full on man for this whole game, you're going to allow some big plays. Now, if your defense is able to, if your offense is able to put up points and you get into a shootout, I think you've just got to keep on doing what you've been doing and hope that your method of winning over the last, couple of weeks, couple of months is successful once again. But I feel like zone should be considered, especially if these receivers open up that game with a ton of big plays. Allie, would you like to see some zone, or do you feel like Tennessee should just stick with what they've been doing?
They should not stick with what they've been doing. We need a switch up, and I can see why man-to-man could be successful, but it hasn't really been. There's been a few exciting plays that have come from that type of coverage. But I think that Tennessee has allowed too many explosive plays, and this would hopefully take the pressure off Ty Redmond a little bit. So I think that they should definitely try it.
Yeah, I mean, it put a lot of pressure off of those, those defenders, but also, the tackling has been an issue too.
Yeah.
So if you're going to play the zone, are those guys going to be in position to make those tackles, and are they going to execute on those tackles? A question. Zone or man right now, where do you think is the better way to go?
Our better way to go is have 13 or 14 guys out there, honestly.
Gosh.
I think if they play zone, they're just going to run the ball. I mean, they're smart offensively. I mean,
But if Jam Miller doesn't play, though, let's say about that.
They're getting killed on the ground, too. Mississippi State ran it. Arkansas ran it. 2 guys went for 150 plus.
I will say when Jam Miller didn't play against Florida State,
was the best offensive line we've seen.
When Jam Miller didn't play against Florida State, though, they struggled to run the football.
I mean, we got to put Florida State out the window now. I mean, that's done and dusted. Like I mean, this is a completely different team offensively and defensively. I mean,
okay.
I just don't think there's a defense we can play right now that I feel confident in. I think it's turnovers or bust right now for this defense, and that's our only hope.
Okay.
And, I think Ty Simpson would love for us to play zone. I think he would kill his zone. I think when teams are 3rd and long, Georgia's going soft, and Ty Simpson's starting 9 for 9. I think he gets in a rhythm that way. I think the receivers are too good. We don't cover the middle of the field that well. I just don't. The secondary is it's a field of dreams, as Jeremy. I mean, it's how do you want it? And unfortunately, we'll be like, yeah, here you go.
Alex, do you agree there, or maybe the zone might be a good look possibly?
If Tennessee is banking on winning this game with turnovers, they need to get pressure, and you need to play man. And hearing that from Heupel, I think, is the surprising thing for me, is because that's basically saying, okay, well, we're going to have to get pressure, because Ty Simpson's shown that he can take care of the ball better than anybody, really. And like you said, I think the tackling is a big thing that you got to worry about if you're in zone, and that hasn't been pretty so far from the secondary. But no, if you're going to go into this game banking on turnovers to win, you've got to get pressure, and man-to-man is going to have to be the option if they want to win that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just you're getting sacks, you're getting tackles for loss, and you're still giving up 30 points a game.
Yeah.
It's the pressure's not the problem. It's what's going on if we don't get there.
Yeah,
that's the problem. And luckily, you do have these turnovers. We're lucky our offense has been as good as it is, but this is going to be the toughest test for the offense. I mean, that's what I'm lacking.
You could
right
say
now
it in Mississippi State. They might not. I mean, they might not win that game. If Tennessee might not win that game without those turnovers, because that's 2 defensive scores in that game. So
yeah, well, two different. Yes, gosh, 2 different defensive scores in that one. But also, I felt like you gave Mississippi State a lot of opportunities and really good field position.
Certainly.
So, I guess kind of give or take in that one. If you don't have those turnovers on Saturday yourself offensively, then
And weren't we in zone against Arkansas to end that 4th quarter? And Taylor Green was just picking us apart.
Yeah, but I felt like that.
We went really.
They were
soft.
playing like prevent defense.
I felt like that was just really soft and just trying to prevent like a quick play and trying to keep everything in front of them. But my thing that was upsetting me was they were like getting out of bounds, and they were able to kind of move down the field appropriately.
They had an 80-yard drive in a minute and a half. Touchdown drive.
Yeah, and you saw Syracuse have one of those too when Tennessee and Syracuse match up early in the season. It was kind of like one of those garbage time type of situations, but they moved the ball down the field in like a minute. So
what do you think? You think you're going man? Or you going zone? Or just mixing it up.
Well, like Alex said,
Jordan Ross and
like Alex said, if you're trying to get turnovers, you've got to do it with the pressure. You've got to go man to man. But with Allie here, it's like you've done that, and you've still been in these fire drill games. I don't think you can afford to be in a fight playing the way you have at home in these fire drill matchups. You can't do that. It's like you're not going to be able to do that at Alabama.
Yeah, be willing to make adjustments and at least try something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing to lose at this point.
That's right.
Maybe just switch off each play. Here's zone, here's man. You never know what we're doing. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. If I were the defensive coordinator using my EA Sports college football 26 skills, we might be able to dial something up. I'd to be doing some double mug and throwing the blitz, and we'd be dropping back in coverage right after. But real quick, we'll look at the YouTube chat. Buck chimes in. Can we stop with McCoy? He's not coming back against Bama and making a difference. 30 a game is because Tennessee can't tackle. Too many times we let them off the mat, 3 and 14, and the QB picks it up with an extra 10 yards. It's ridiculous. Now, on the McCoy part, I know a lot of people are tired of hearing about it as well, but, I mean, he was supposed to play he was supposed to be on schedule to play last week, and he was telling people he was going to play last week. It's kind of like a John Mateer situation.
Yeah.
So I feel like he wants to play. I don't know. If we haven't heard anything about it this week, which I have a sliver of, okay, they're really trying to keep this under wraps. I don't know.
But what's
I can be
hard for
optimistic.
me,
I can think about it.
what's hard for me is if he hasn't been practicing, we would know if he was practicing this week.
Well,
right?
that's the thing. I don't know, like, if he were, like,
what aspect is he practicing at? Is he off to the side, or is he actually in team drills?
But here's the thing. I don't think Heupel is going to let any of that out. Like, even if he is practicing and people are in that building, I bet he's already told everyone in there, we are not letting a damn thing get out of this building. We're not telling anyone who's playing, who's not playing. We're not letting any of that happen. They can figure it out Wednesday.
Well, it looks like Brent Hubbs was on with the other guys and said, I do believe McCoy wants to play football at UT again. I just don't think he's at a point physically where he's able to do that and play at the level you need to in the SEC.
And he said that today?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was 3 hours ago.
Okay.
That was posted. So, yeah. So you can kind of tell where he is.
Okay.
So,
well, that might put that to bed then. I didn't see that.
Yeah. It just popped up. It's crazy how these phones are scary, man.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, that does change things up. So maybe we won't see him this week. Maybe my sliver of hope just disappeared. But we do have plenty of hope this weekend with week 8 of college football on the books. We'll talk about it with our Best Bets Look Ahead presented by VIP Play up next.
Catch up with all things Fan Run by subscribing to our podcast feed. Like, rate, and download the show from the Fan Run app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Your smile says it all, so make sure it's saying the right thing. At Knoxville Smiles, we believe healthy teeth mean happy lives. Whether it's a routine cleaning, whitening for that big event, or fixing a nagging toothache, our gentle team is here for you. With flexible hours, family-friendly care, and the latest technology, Knoxville Smiles makes every visit stress-free. Don't wait another day to love your smile. Call Knoxville Smiles today at 865-539-1776 or book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Rickard Ridge Barbecue, located in beautiful Cove Lake State Park. Rickard Ridge is home of the best ribs in the Volunteer State. Smoked daily by Pitmaster Mark Rickard. The barbecue at Rickard Ridge is mouth-watering, fall-off-the-bone delicious. Take the scenic drive up I-75 to exit 134. For directions and to look at the rest of the menu, visit Rickard Ridge online at rickardridgebbq.com.
Hi, this is Bo Kregner from the Kregner Group at Realty Executives, and I know there's a lot of choices here in East Tennessee when it comes to choosing a realtor. Here's why the Kregner Group is different. At the Kregner Group, our motto is walking by faith, serving others. It's how I live my life. It's how I run my business. Here at the Kregner Group, we're committed to doing real estate the right way. Faith, honesty, integrity. The Kregner Group. Call me anytime at 865-742-1035 or visit my website at bonoshouses.com.
Hey folks, if you're in need of a lawyer, you need to call my friend Jerry Givens. I've known Jerry since high school and can personally vouch for him. He's East Tennessee through and through, and if you're going through a divorce, bankruptcy, or a DUI case, you'll need someone you can trust on your side to help you navigate the local legal system. You can trust Jerry Givens. Call the law offices of Jerry Givens today at 865-801-9250 to schedule your free consultation. That's 801-9250.
All right, back here on the Playbook presented by VIP Play. Some spooky music there almost, Brett.
You're welcome.
Some Halloween.
I don't know a lot of this stuff Sean has in the system. I just click on things.
Interesting.
Sounds good. Cabin Fever. I don't know.
I like that.
Wiz.
Yeah. All right. Best Bets Look Ahead presented by VIP Play. Folks, college football, NFL in full swing. There is not another reason not to get in on the action with VIP Play. Go claim your VIP Play welcome bonus When you make your first bet of $20 or more, you'll get $100 instantly in bonus bets by using the code FANRUN. That's FANRUN in all caps to claim those bonus bets. And new and more improved, convenient, and deposit withdrawal methods are already in there. So now the app experience is completely seamless. If you want to bet on Tennessee football up against Alabama this weekend, do it on VIP Play. If you want to bet the Tennessee Titans to win the Super Bowl now that they got rid of Brian Callahan, do it on VIP Play. I don't condone that second one.
No.
But however you want to get involved in the action, do it with VIP Play. Use the code FANRUN, all caps FANRUN, to get $100 in bonus bets. Gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 years or older and located in Tennessee to bet. All right, we'll look at those best bets look-aheads. Number of top 25 versus top 25 matchups, and that means system plays are in effect this week, and one of them will be Alabama minus 8.5. These rank versus rank matchups, if the home team is favored by 3 points or more, and it happens in the regular season, that means we have to favor the home team that has that three number or higher. Alabama would fit that criteria at 8.5. Other teams that would fit the bill. If Vanderbilt moves above 3 points, we would take the Commodores as well. This line opened earlier in the week. It was almost like a pick 'em, and now Vanderbilt has moved up to 2.5. The Commodores getting a lot of respect on the books. We will be taking Georgia over Ole Miss if this line continues to stay at 7.5 or more. Anything over 3 points will be a system play. So Georgia at the 7.5 up against Ole Miss would fit that criteria as well. And we also have USC and Notre Dame. Fighting Irish at home, looking for a big-time signature win. USC coming off that win over Michigan on Saturday. They now travel to Notre Dame. Fighting Irish 9.5 in this one. Now, another notable rank versus rank matchup that would not fit this criteria is Utah and BYU. The Cougars plus 3.5 at home. So that would not fit the criteria. And I kind of like Utah already in that one as well. But a very interesting game this week that is not a rank versus rank matchup. It's yelling my name, and I don't want to do it. But it's Auburn plus 1.5 at home against Missouri. Auburn has done this to me time and time again. They've said, William, please take us. They're chomping at the bit. They did it to me this weekend. They had the chance to go up 17-0. And then Brett's favorite quarterback fumbled at the goal line. And they ended up having a complete collapse after that. And think of what you will of what the timeout situation was and all of that. But plus 1.5 for Auburn. I think this is a life or death situation for the Tigers, though.
Yeah.
If Hugh Freeze loses this one, he's gone. Yeah. So maybe that's the incentive. Hey, you've got to win.
Hugh saw what happened to James Franklin. He knows he got no chance.
Well, James Franklin had a quicker torpedo than this. I don't
know.
They tied things up going into the second overtime 2 weeks ago, and now he's sitting outside waiting for a bus.
Yeah.
Quick turnaround.
I think he's fine. $58 million reason why.
He's paying for his own driver.
Yeah. Man, I wish I were a coach.
He probably had his jet or his helicopter pick him up out of there.
I wish I were a coach that
helicopter
did absolutely nothing.
Well, you were just rattling off some plays just a few
minutes
ago.
I know.
You go for it, man.
Yeah, we're gonna go double mug here.
William Cohen loves you.
In our dime package.
Go down to Duval.
Nickel. That's nickel. We're gonna go nickel double mug here. And we're going to do that every play for 10 years. We're not going to
Fluffy needs some help.
We're going to go 4-18 against top 10 opponents, and I'm going to buy me a beach house. That's what's going to happen. Here we go.
It's good living.
Best bets look at presented by VIP Play. Gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789. Must be 21 years or older and located in Tennessee to bet. Coming up next, we'll talk about that Penn State situation. They might be finding some freedom, or will it be finding free man? We'll talk about it when we return right here on the Playbook, presented by VIP Play.
Follow us on Twitter or X or whatever they're calling it these days at Fox Sports Knox, Fox Sports Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Today, we raise a glass of Jameson Irish whiskey to the sport of football. Hear, hear!
to Gaelic football. Born in Ireland in 1885 in its thrilling blend of soccer, rugby and basketball. On a massive field, 15 players kick or hand pass a round ball to score points over a bar or into a net. No pads, no helmet, no sense.
Hear, hear! To college football, which kicked off in 1869 when Rutgers beat Princeton 6-4 in the Battle of New Jersey. With 11 players and helmets and pads, teams battle on a 100-yard gridiron with explosive pass plays and hard-hitting tackles. Unless you're called for targeting.
Hear, hear! Since 1780, Jameson Irish whiskey has been enjoyed by sports fans all around the globe. Whether your football is Gaelic, American, or even soccer, we can all agree on super smooth Jameson Irish whiskey.
Hear, hear!
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Here we go. Hour number 2 on a Tuesday, live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. It's the Playbook, presented by VIP Play. Brett Hullander, Allie Campbell, Alex Sarkis joining you. I'm William Pattison. Great stuff in hour number 1. We'll continue it here in hour number 2. As we'll talk about what's next for Penn State as they move off of James Franklin over the weekend, and a report today coming out by On3's Pete Nakos. Marcus Freeman is going to be one of the targets for the Nittany Lions. Is that reality at all? We'll talk about that, and then a little bit later on, we'll have our Week 6 NFL takeaways. Brian Callahan gets the can, a little bit overdue. Maybe the Titans will turn things around. Maybe there'll be sunshines and rainbows above Nissan Stadium these days. I don't know. We'll have to see. But there's also plenty of other action to go over as the Chiefs bounce back after their tough loss in Duval County and get the win over the Lions on Sunday night. So we'll talk about all of it here in a little bit. But first, we're going to head to the phones. We got Roberto on the line. What's up, Roberto?
Greetings and salutations from beautiful Blount County, gentlemen and lady.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to hear from you, Roberto, and hello from Knoxville, Tennessee.
You're getting it to Old Texas, too. I just crossed, actually, the Knoxville line on Mississippi, so I'm in Knox County now.
Oh, okay. Welcome.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so lots to talk about. Penn State. Yeah, Marcus Freeman has as much chance to go to Penn State as I do. It is. He would be a flat-out moron to do that. He has all the money he could want. He's got. I mean, I'm not making a joke, and this is not religious in any way. Bear would get offended because it's Catholic, but he's got the backing of the Catholic Church. They're the only major Catholic university that does anything in football, right?
Yeah.
All the Catholic kids that are elite in football dream about playing at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
You make your entire squad out of those kids. You could every year.
Sure.
Also, Notre Dame is never going to join a conference, even when they're forced to. They'll just start their own conference. It'll be called the Notre Dame Conference.
That's basically what they're in right now.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They'll just say, well, we're on our own conference. We have our own network and everything, just like the SEC and the Big 12, the Big 10, and so on, right? They're never going to join a conference, and they're always going to get in the playoffs. And if they go 10-2, if they could literally have no ranked wins here at the end of the season, y'all, 0 ranked wins, and they'll still make the playoffs.
Makes me so mad.
Well, the power of the brand of Notre Dame, Catholic Church, and the fact that there's, 1.6 billion Catholics in the world, and all of them are Notre Dame fans.
They get a ranked win this weekend. Though.
There you go.
Right?
Not all of them are Notre Dame fans.
Yeah.
USC currently is not ranked, right? Or
No, USC's ranked. USC's ranked. They got the win over Michigan this weekend.
Yeah. So they're 20.
Okay. Well, good for Notre Dame.
I'll say this. I grew up going to an all-boys Catholic school, and I despise Notre Dame.
Oh.
No way.
We are not all Notre Dame.
I don't believe
fans.
it.
I promise. Oh, you gotta. I'm telling you gotta believe it. I can't stand Notre Dame.
And see if they bleed navy and green. Y'all thinking about those things, and then by the way, the best you said is best, or get on the right sides and the best sides, or whatever. If you buy Auburn at 1.5, I'll be your offset. Go ahead. You're welcome, Vegas. You're gonna win money one way or the other because Missouri is really good, y'all, and I hate that doofus. I mean, I hope he's never on our schedule because, like I said yesterday, they can run, and they're buying players. They're using all that old Arkansas money. All that old Arkansas, Bentonville, and Walmart money has gone to Missouri. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah, Bentonville. I was Benton. I'm surprised Bentonville's getting a shout on it here. I know a couple of people that live there.
Well, all that old money from Walmart and Tyson Chicken, I'm not kidding, is going to Missouri. That's who's funding all this for them.
Yeah.
And he's a well ball coach. Again, total dork. Would never want to have a beer with him. Not even sure he would drink beer.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'll have a milk, sir. But
Shirley Temple.
God, I want to punch him. Just want to punch him right in the suck hole. But I hate him. But he's good, and they're good, and he should go. That should be their hire up at Penn State. They're smart. They hire Eli Drinkman. He does what they are bad at, which is he's a doofus, and he can actually coach offensive football. And he gets a lot out of his defense too. I digress. One thing I said yesterday, Jensen lady, on my call was if you think Tennessee's run defense is bad, watch Alabama. I did some digging. Do you know what Alabama's yards per carry is allowed on defense?
Oh, allowed?
Allowed, say 5?
It's 4.82 yards per carry.
Okay.
Ours is only 3.24.
Yeah.
I was surprised by that number, too. I guess it's because of all the TFLs we get, right? Because they don't get any. I mean, so they may be getting zeros and 8s. And it comes out to 4-ish.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this right now. I mean, they're the 93rd ranked rush defense in the country. I didn't know that. And we're 59th. And we're bad. They may be worse. And the more and more, so I went back last night. I got really bored because my in-laws are in town. Oh. And I went back and shout out my in-laws. Love them.
I hope they don't listen to this.
I hope they're not listening.
I give me a stack of Bibles and I'll swear on them. Where's my Catholic brethren over there? Give me a stack of Bibles.
He's pulling a couple out right now.
I got 2 in my backpack.
Yeah, they are not listening to your show, no offense. But I tell you right now, I mean, if we just clean up a few things on contain, y'all, and our linebackers are taught to take better angles, or maybe we just don't have linebackers in the game. I say that, but run dime and the heavy nickel with this Perlotti kid, man, he can really run too. Good night.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
I think we stop a lot of that crap. I love Keylander, and I think on first and second down, he's one of our top 2 linebackers, and he needs to be subbed every third down.
Yeah.
And it's especially third and long, pardon me, third and long. Because he's a great run stopper. He over the years. I forget the young man, Daniel Batuli. Y'all remember Daniel Batuli? There's a name.
Yeah.
He was an elite run stopper. And
Yeah.
if you ran a 385-pound lineman, this is what Bama's going to do on Saturday, by the way. They're going to line him up at tight end, and they're going to try to run him a slant across the middle against us. Daniel Batuli didn't stop that either. But, I really, guys, I know it's Tuesday, and I don't want to speak too early. Don't sell us short. Don't sell us short on Saturday. I think this is going to really be a tough game for Alabama. I'm surprised that I'm saying that out loud. But watching them, I've reviewed a lot of film on them. They can exploit us over the top, but if we can just stay, we're not even in zone. I think we're going to play a lot of man. But man, their three of their best players are dinged and shouldn't be playing on Saturday. I feel really good about it, and their defense is not good, y'all. And it's just not. Their defense isn't good. The pass defense is okay. It's ranked so high because they just allow so many yards on the ground.
Yeah.
Feeling really, really confident. And we have a better kicker than they do.
There you go. There you go.
Shout out Max Gilbert.
All right. Hey, there's some optimism right there. I don't know why I said it like that. There's some optimism right there. We need more people like Roberto on Twitter right now. It's just a hellstorm. It's like you think Tennessee is a 4-loss team going into this matchup with Alabama, and I'm not saying that it's unwarranted. I'm not saying that this defense is look like last year by any means, but I do think there are ways for Tennessee to defeat Alabama Saturday. I mean, the odds are stacked up against you. It's a road environment. You're nearly a two-score underdog in this one, but I mean, it's not like.
I mean, even if you take Taylor Green out of the equation, they ran for almost over 200 yards against us.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
Yeah, it's just not good.
I will say with Alabama's defense, he was pointing out that they're not as strong as we have made them seem, but they did play Georgia, Vandy, and Missouri, all of which were ranked opponents. So I think factoring that in is important as well.
That's a good point.
Do you feel like Alabama might be just kind of? I don't know, that's a tough stretch of games, playing all those consecutively. Those are, the Georgia one was big, the Vanderbilt one was big because of the narrative from last year, and Missouri was a road game. Do you feel like just the wear and tear of the SEC schedule will kind of creep up on them this week? Remember when South Florida got off to that really hot start this season. They were able to knock off Boise State. They were able to knock off Florida. But I said, you go down that path of playing all these tough games, you might just kind of limp into one. And that Miami game was very one-sided. Now, I know that's I'm not trying to compare Tennessee, Alabama to USF and Miami. But I'm just saying, when you play a ton of tough games all in a row, this is going to be Alabama's fourth straight top 25 team.
I also was, dare I say, happy that they beat Missouri because it gives them more of a confidence going into our game. Whereas if they lost to Missouri, I'd be a little bit more afraid of their kind of motivation to beat us this week.
Yeah.
So.
But it is a rivalry game. It's easy to get up
Yeah.
for. I mean, you're at home. It's a night game. I mean, it's not hard to get up for these games. These are games you want to play in. So I just don't see how we're going to run the ball against them when we can't even run against Mississippi State or against Georgia. We average 3 yards a carry against those teams. And we think Alabama's better than those teams defensively, right?
Yeah.
So,
Alabama started their season with their worst possible effort that they could give, and all it's been since then is a upward, trajectory.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they're the hottest team in the country, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I just don't see.
Yeah.
So, I just think they had so many people counting them out after week one. I mean, people were saying they were going to lose 4 or 5 games after week one.
Yeah.
And now you've got Ty Simpson as a Heisman frontrunner, him and Mendoza. But I mean, it's just, I don't know. I just think there's such a momentum behind them right now from starting the way that they did. So,
and they get to play in their home building at night.
Yeah.
Ugh, disgusting.
Yeah. All right, we'll switch over to our college football national segment, and that is revolving around Penn State. As Penn State fired head coach James Franklin on Sunday, parting ways with the veteran head coach after a 3-3 start to the season that included a loss to winless UCLA at the time. And the Nittany Lions, who reached the college football playoff semifinals last year, are expected to target a couple of Big Ten head coaches. Indiana's Kurt Cignetti and Nebraska's Matt Rule have been linked to the job, according to the Athletics' Bruce Feldman. Cignetti, of course, led Indiana to a college football playoff appearance last season and has an undefeated start to 2025, including the most impressive win of the season. On my new rankings, Alex, we kind of talk about this each week. The new most impressive win of the season is Indiana beating Oregon on the road. That was incredible.
So that takes it over A&M over Notre Dame.
It does.
That was your number one.
It
right?
was, yes.
Okay.
So I might have to do my updated rankings on that. But now that Indiana over Oregon now takes my updated rankings. Matt Rule was a former Penn State Nittany Lions linebacker. A lot of people don't know that. He has Nebraska off to a 5-1 start, but they don't have as much pizzazz as Kurt Cignetti and the Hoosiers have right now. But Penn State is expected to target Notre Dame's Marcus Freeman, according to On3's Pete Nakos earlier today. Freeman, who played collegiately at Ohio State, has been Notre Dame's head coach since 2021. He's 37-12 in the Fighting Irish's head coaching tenure, and he made the college football playoff national championship game last year and is reportedly making more than $7 million in salary this season, and that is according to the South Bend Tribune. But should Freeman even consider a possible move to Penn State? And I say absolutely not, because I think he's got it made at Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. I think Notre Dame is a really, really nice job in 2025. You don't have to play a conference schedule, which does have its challenges if you don't.
Some people don't like it.
Yes. But if you don't go through the course of the year, undefeated, and you drop 3 games, you're done. You don't have a chance at a conference championship, but you get to kind of pick your schedule. You get to pick who you play. You get to kind of segment out when you play them too, right? Mm-hmm. And I feel like strategically, when you look at this year's schedule, a tough matchup with Texas A&M, a tough matchup with Miami. Both those games are the first 2 games of the season. And now let's load up the rest of the way with the Miami Ohios and Armies of the world, right? And that gives them the opportunity. Okay, we took some tough losses, some good teams. But that was really early in the season, right? We're so much better now. So, you can strategically plan out how you play. Recruiting-wise, Notre Dame is a national powerhouse. They've got their own exclusive TV deal with NBC. Not a lot of schools can say that. I don't think any other school can say that. Unless, like the CW wants to say we're always on the, Pac-12. Yeah. But I feel like recruiting-wise, it is an easy sell to go to Notre Dame. You don't have to play in a conference schedule. You don't have to worry about the logistics of that. And, there are high expectations, but at Penn State, you have got a really tough schedule, and you've got to go up against a lot of really good Big Ten teams and recruit against those teams as well. I just look at Notre Dame as a better job right now. I think going to Penn State is a lateral move at this point because
you think it's lateral.
I think Notre Dame's
on par with each other. Is what you're saying?
Well, okay, we'll be going down. I'm sorry. Okay.
No, that's fine.
We'll be taking a step down. Arizona missions, but
no, you're good.
Before Franklin took over Penn State, it was an absolute disaster because of off the field issues, and Franklin at least brought them back to national prominence. But this is a group that now has just continued to underachieve for years. And I just feel like they're kind of treading in the water, and they're going to lose a ton of recruits because of this James Franklin thing, and Freeman will have to basically start all new. He's built a good program at Notre Dame. I don't think there's any reason for him to leave. Allie, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I don't see a single reason why he should go to Penn State. Even if they offer him more money, I feel like he's in such a good situation right now. He should not leave.
Yeah, Brett, would you agree with that?
Oh, 100%. I don't even know why Penn State's even picking up the phone to call him. I know they have a job to do, and as an AD, you're supposed to find the best guy for the hot. Now, if you can pull him away, obviously that's a huge win. But yeah, he's not going to leave. No chance.
Yeah, no, totally agree with that. And the other thing, like you said, William, about you don't have to play in a conference title game, which for some years that can eliminate you from the playoff if depending on how many losses you have. So yeah, he's got it made in South Bend, and while I think the Penn State job is one that if the right guy gets in there, I think they can have a lot of success. No, I think where Marcus Freeman is right now, he's in a much better spot.
Yeah.
But I think Penn State's schedule is interesting to me because you've really got 2 big games a year that you got to win. And that would be Ohio State and whether it be Oregon or Michigan, whoever else. And I mean, James Franklin didn't lose to the lesser Big Ten teams really in his time there ever. And he just lost to 2 of them in the past 2 weeks. So I think you see, you have to win the big game at Penn State. I think you've seen that. And if you lose to the mediocre Big Ten programs, the Marylands, the Rutgers, the Northwesterns, there's no patience for that over there. So I think if the right guy gets in there and they figure out how to win the big game, they can be a program that has to be to be dealt with on a national scale. But we'll see who that is. That's going to be the interesting part.
One of the other things I've thought about with Franklin and his time at Penn State, and now as we continue to get more integrated into NIL and the transfer portal and constant movement, I feel like a lot of teams have benefited from that and have now been able to formulate better rosters. Like, 5 or 6 years ago, Nico Iamaleava, a 5-star recruit, was not going to choose UCLA just because he wanted to go play there. And maybe you could say, well, Dorian Thompson-Robinson was a top 5, a 5-star recruit and all of that. But, I mean, Chip Kelly was there. That was a former NFL coach. Like, they had some pop and pizzazz with their old regime. There wasn't a lot of that. But even like the Northwesterns of the world, Northwestern's playing at a damn soccer field this season. Like, there's not a whole lot of pop there, but they're able to get second chances from guys like Preston Stone, who were at SMU, lost the job, and now transfers over to try and get a second win. Like, sometimes you're going to go up against some teams that are kind of sneaky. Like you mentioned, Maryland is like one of those kind of bottom feeder teams, but I've really liked Maryland this year. Now, they had no business losing to Washington 2 weeks ago. They were up by 17, but they've been able to bring in a really good team. They've got a hell of a quarterback in Malik Washington as a true freshman. Now, like, those type of teams are starting to creep up, and maybe for a guy in James Franklin that has continued to kind of just out roster other teams in years past, and that's why he's been able to formulate such a strong record. I feel like now, as you start to see some of these other programs start to pick up some of these former players that used to be at another school that might not have had the opportunity, or start to invest in getting 5-star level players like a Malik Washington at Maryland, and now they're able to compete, and you're not going to be able to just out-roster guys anymore. I feel like that's kind of the situation that Franklin would have been approaching in. And, I just feel like that method of winning now is not sustainable. So you mentioned, there are 2 games that in Ohio State or Michigan or Oregon that Penn State always had to have on their schedule. But now I feel like this season you saw it kind of start to catch up to them. But I think for Penn State right now, and I mentioned it last week, I can't remember if it was our buy or sell or continuing questions. We talked about, what should Penn State do going forward? And this was before they lost, obviously, this weekend in Northwestern. But, I had said that the guy I'd look at is Curt Cignetti, and I still stand to this day. I think he would be the best guy for the job. He's going into Indiana, and it's actually even better after this weekend than I said that last week, because now he just went on the road and beat Oregon. And year 2 at Indiana. Indiana is a basketball school, folks. Indiana, they've never given a damn about football. This is only the second time in program history they've been a top 5 team. This is the first time they've been a top 10 team on the road since the 60s. They don't do this, but Curt Cignetti has gone in there, and with 2 different quarterbacks in back-to-back years, Curtis Rourke last year, and then now Mendoza, has been able to formulate a good roster. They've got a good game plan, and they are a really disciplined, sound football team. That's what Penn State needs. They've been kind of a group that could recruit at a high level. They have a good environment for a couple of these big games, but when the big dogs come to town, they're not able to get it done. And I feel like Curt Cignetti would change all of that. Is there another guy that you guys think would be a good option, or which option just overall makes most sense for Penn State moving forward, including Marcus Freeman as well?
Well, Curt Cignetti is a good option if he's willing to leave, but if he's still focusing on what he's been building at Indiana, then I say Matt Rule, because he, used to play there, as you mentioned, and he was actually a walk-on, so fun story there, but he sounds interested, basically. He had a press conference where he said that he likes his job with Nebraska, but he never really shut down the option to go to Penn State, so that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and being a former Penn State player as well, you've got that connection already. Yes. Brett, what do you think the best option is for Penn State moving forward at coach, and does that include any of the names we've mentioned?
I I think it's going to be Matt Rule. Personally, I don't know if they're not going to be able to get a Freeman. I mean, there may be somebody in the NFL we're not thinking of, or something like that may pop up with Penn State ties. But I mean, I think it starts and ends with Matt Rule. I think he's a good coach, and I think he can do wonders for that program, being a former guy there. But out of that, I mean, the options aren't great for Penn State, honestly. But yeah, I think I'd lean Matt Rule out of anybody.
Yeah, you mentioned NFL. You know, we've seen some recent success from coaches coming down from the NFL level and going to like North Carolina. You know, Bill Belichick's done a great job. Alex, any coach on your radar for this spot?
I've got my eyes on Eli Drinkwitz.
Okay,
because I love what he does at Missouri. And does he bring Bo Pribula with him back to Happy Valley?
Oh,
that's the storyline I want.
Yeah,
obviously it's a better. I mean, Bo has been miles better than Drew Aller this year, and it's obviously unfortunate what happened to Drew Aller over the weekend with a season-ending injury. But I think Drinkwitz has the, motivating traits that Penn State would need. He's a great football coach, and he's got a quarterback with him there that, it's a Pennsylvania kid.
Yeah.
And I think, you could see a Bo Pribula return to Happy Valley should they hire Drinkwitz. So that's the thing I want to see. And I think it would be the best for Penn State's program to have Drinkwitz there.
That would be a very cool storyline.
Yeah.
As Pribula had to transfer right before those college football playoff games, didn't have a choice.
Didn't want to leave. I mean, he loves Penn State, and he talked about it a lot.
Yeah, he went to practice that morning, met with James Franklin in the afternoon, said, I have to leave or I'm not going to get another opportunity. And he's made the most of that opportunity so far this season in Como. On the other side of the coin, James Franklin, he's probably in probably nicer in Boca Raton. If I just got bought out by $56 million, I'd be in Maldives right now. I've seen on TikTok they've got these nice little huts you can get on the water. I'd be on one of those. But in case he doesn't want to be on that hut for forever, where would he land? Is there an option out there right now? Arkansas was floated around this weekend. I think that would be interesting. He'd be coming back to the SEC. Obviously took the job from Vanderbilt before going to Happy Valley. Virginia Tech, an option as well, maybe a little bit more of a lower stakes environment in the ACC. Or maybe he just takes a break. But I feel like, is he a good enough coach to go get a job right now? Or is this like a thing like where he needs to be a TV analyst for a couple of seasons and wait it out? Like Dan Mullen did that, and now he's at UNLV, and the Running Rebels are off to a 6-0 start this year. Maybe just take a couple of years, couple of years off, take a break, wait for a low stakes opportunity to, bolster your roster that way and, kind of dominate in a Mountain West? Or do you feel like he wants to get right back into the game? I don't really have the answers right now, but I feel like Virginia Tech would be a good Power 4, low stakes environment to start off with. Because like Arkansas, they've got a lot of spending. They're SEC.
I feel like Rhett Lashley.
Tough job.
Yeah. Huh?
Rhett Lashley feels like the fit down.
Yeah,
they've talked about that.
And there are obviously a lot of other coaches right now that are not going to get fired. They're just going to get poached by these other schools. But I feel like Virginia Tech has whiffed on a lot of coaches recently, and at least Franklin could be good enough to get them, like 8 wins a season, which would be a start. Now, obviously not where they want to finish, but football's better when Blacksburg is jumping. Where do you feel like a good landing spot would be?
I'm going to go crazy here and say UCLA.
Oh,
the very team that took him out to start off
that'd be incredible.
could be kind of crazy. So
they may hire that interim guy, whoever's working his magic over there.
Neuheisel?
That's true.
Neuheisel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, the head coach or the offensive coordinator?
He's the offensive coordinator. Some people are riled up about that.
What?
Because Neuheisel's getting all the credit for it. Yeah, Neuheisel's getting all the credit for it. And they're not paying any attention to this interim coach. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's just this. He looks 20. I mean, I swear. I mean, he's so young looking.
He's
working some magic.
I think his nickname is Sunshine. I think that's what he said. I saw this week. He looks like he's beaming with light.
He sure is.
Yeah, he's done something. I don't know what that's crazy what he's doing.
So I like that though. UCLA, that'd be a storyline worth watching. Any options for you, Alex?
I like Virginia Tech. I think that's a good middle of the road Power 4 job. You don't have any crazy expectations, and I think he would recruit well there. He knows that region. He's recruited kids from that region. Could he get some of the kids that he was recruiting at Penn State to come to Virginia Tech? I don't know, but he's really had that region dominated for the past couple of years, or really for his whole career there. So, we'll see. I think that would be
just him and Drink just swap.
No,
Missouri wouldn't go for Franklin.
They probably wouldn't want the leftovers of the place where their current coach just.
They seem so similar, those two places, just cold and miserable.
Oh, Missouri's not
a big Blacksburg guy.
Oh,
I'm not either. Don't worry.
I can't see him behind the broadcasting booth either. He doesn't.
I think he would do an excellent job in the broadcasting booth.
Franklin?
I really love. Okay,
I still think he's going to jump right back.
I get a ton of hate for this. I love Franklin's personality. I think he's one of the funniest people.
Seriously.
Oh my god.
I think he's a loser.
I watch.
Yeah, me too.
No, I know. That's why I get hate. I just everybody makes fun of me, but I think he's one of the funniest people in college football. Unintentionally, maybe, but like when he goes up to Oregon fans before the game and is shaking their hands, saying "Welcome to Happy Valley." Come on, nobody else is doing that. It's hilarious.
You hear a lot of stories about his own players that do not like him.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I come from with not being his fan.
But I think he's a very player-centric guy.
Yes.
And I mean, there's been a lot of praise from his players this week.
I've noticed that too.
There's been a lot, and really. Everybody on the roster, whether it be Drew Aller, whether it be past like Trace McSorley put something out this week.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was really the best Penn State's been under Franklin. But I mean, I think in terms of the players, he's well respected, and I think they were really bummed to see him go and the way that it ended there.
Yeah. Well, his players should have played a little bit better if they were, that bummed out.
Yeah.
But was it Jordan Peele
Yes.
Yeah. Jordan Peele, now he made James Franklin funny. That version of James Franklin, I think, is funny.
Yeah.
But the one that's getting in arguments at a high school football game with a bunch of 17-year-olds, I think that's just a loser mentality. But that's just my opinion.
Remember the days when his helicopter would show up to my high school, and it would always be, it was an event.
Yeah,
every year.
that is cool.
So
yeah, in my high school, we got I think it was Mike Norvell coming in.
There you go.
Yeah, that was as good as it was. But hey,
Nice.
now he's kind of walloping in disgrace. Oh, and what, three losses in a row for Florida State? We didn't even talked about that yesterday. Florida State's falling off a cliff.
Another guy.
Yeah. All right, when we come back, we'll switch over to the NFL Week 6 takeaways. Stay right here. It's the Playbook presented by VIP Play on Fan Run Radio.
For the fans, by the fans, this is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Fan Run is giving away a huge prize package.
That's a big box. What's in there?
You're going to want to find out.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
A winner will be drawn live on Halloween during Fan Run Friday at Calhoun's on the River.
To learn how you can earn entries, make sure you're tuning in daily to Fan Run Radio and following us across all of our social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, X, TikTok, and Instagram.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Ball fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Yee-haw! I've been hooting and hollering ever since I started betting with the VIP Play app. VIP Play has more than 200 leagues, every bet type you can imagine, live betting and live hosts, all with 24/7 support from real live people when you need them. Start betting better with the VIP Play app today.
Don't be a better, be a better with VIP Play today.
Download VIP Play today or head to VIPPlayApp.com. Make sure you use the promo code FANRUN to take advantage of their welcome bonus and so they know that we sent you. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-88-99789. Must be 21 or older and located in Tennessee to bet.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
All right, back here on the Playbook, presented by VIP Play. We appreciate you hanging out with us on the free Fan Run Radio app, 105.7 FM, 1340 AM here in K-Town on the local dial, or on the X/YouTube live stream. Have your listener watching. We do appreciate your time. Sorry to get through that quick so we can get to NFL. Week 6 of the NFL is in the books. I think one of my big takeaways, we'll try to do like one big thing as we've, kind of a little press for time, and we have a very important topic for our final thoughts. My one big thing this week is really like what the New York Giants have been doing over the last couple of weeks. Jackson Dart has looked the part, and, out of a questionable quarterback class this offseason, he has looked like he has, understood what Brian Daboll wants from him, and the duo of Scatterboo and Dart is really, really fun to watch. Now, they look like two little pit bulls out there when they communicate with each other, and they love to just ram their head into anything, which I think is not good for longevity. But in terms of giving the Giants some sort of juice and some fun after a couple of lifeless seasons with the Car Fox at quarterback, I've been impressed with what they've done. And I like Brian Daboll a lot. I think he's a big reason why Josh Allen is the quarterback he is now during his time in Buffalo. And he's been given a tough situation in New York due to some bad management, some bad drafting, and a lot of other things. But, I mean, you have Russell Wilson come in this offseason. A lot of people thought he was going to be the quarterback this year, and he had the guts to say after 3 weeks and a week removed from putting up 400 yards in the air, we're switching to our rookie quarterback, and I'm developing this guy the right way. So, I mean, Eagles losing to the Giants is one thing, but I'm going to say I'm more impressed with what the Giants have done. 34 points up against the Super Bowl champions, last year is really, really impressive. My one big thing from NFL Week 6 is Jackson Dart is comfortable. Cam Scatterboo is really, really fun to watch. And the Giants have a little bit of something cooking right now in New York. Allie, your one big thing from Week 6 of the NFL.
Bijan Robinson is one of the best in the NFL. As an Atlanta girl, I'm a very passive Falcons fan. I wouldn't really, I'm not too intense there, but I do appreciate when they win. And, taking down the Buffalo Bills, pretty exciting. Whatever Bijan Robinson can carry this team to is where they'll go. He's awesome.
Yeah, and talking about some big-time teams losing, the Eagles lose back-to-back, the Bills lose back-to-back.
I don't know who has it worse.
Yeah. Are you being?
No, I'm just saying. Yeah. I just don't know who has it worse, the Bills or the Eagles right now.
Yeah,
the Bills look like they're in some trouble.
Yeah,
Josh Allen's
running for his life. And
well, if I'm right, this weekend we get the Josh Allen Bowl, which means he wins in the regular season, but loses in. Is that this week? When's Kansas City Buffalo? Wasn't?
It's not this week, is it?
Is it? I don't know.
Might be week 8.
Raiders Chiefs this weekend.
Okay, I was wrong.
Then Commanders.
Okay,
Chiefs.
so some idiot. All right, so
Chiefs
it's not
Bills is not till November 2nd.
Okay, about to say that some idiot texted me that today. We get some, and he's a smart guy about the NFL too. He said we get Chiefs Bills next week. I just looked. Okay, yeah, errors and omissions. I'm sorry. I feel like it's the Eagles because they've had a couple of wins that have been just scraping by the skin of their teeth. What What would you rather lose to the Patriots and Falcons, or the Giants and who the Eagles lose last week? I'm trying to.
They lost 2 in a row, right?
Broncos. Yeah. Which one's worse? Broncos.
They're similar, I guess.
I would,
Broncos are good.
Yeah, I would say Patriots. I like the Broncos.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, you don't like the way you lost to the Broncos, giving up 18 in the fourth quarter, and that sort of stuff, and the dysfunction between.
I think
the
Bills are probably in a tougher situation then, because Patriots kind of dominated the second half when they played them.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I'll go Bills right now to answer your question. All right, your one big takeaway, Brett.
I mean, I'm rolling with Baker, man. What he's doing right now is unbelievable. Without all his key players, I mean, he's just willing that team to victory. They have 4 fourth quarter comebacks. That 3rd and 14 play he had where he ran, it was just unbelievable. And Baker, I mean, just can't think where he's come from in this league is just crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna roll with the Bucks, who top team in the NFC right now, I guess.
One thing on Tampa Bay though.
Okay.
This is the first, Sunday was the first time they've been able to walk out the clock and call it a game, right?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Yeah. So they've won a lot of the
field goal to make it.
Yeah, they've won a lot of these games by very thin margins. Is that?
I mean, fourth quarter comebacks. That's what I'm saying,
yeah. Is that sustainable over the course of the season and into the postseason? Emeka Egbuka banged up this week. Now they're
really down.
They're really thin.
I think Evans is back this week, but
yeah, we'll see. But at least on the banged up report,
see, I think they play the Lions on Monday night this week.
Yeah,
in Detroit.
But I like Tez Johnson at Oregon, but Tez Johnson can't be
plays on Sunday.
Can't be one of my.
I thought he was saying MVP to him. Did you see that?
Come on, he's got to read the room.
I know.
All right, Alex, one big takeaway.
I know
what it is.
I got the AFC standings looking like it's 2010.
Yeah.
Colts 5-1, Steelers 4-1, Chargers 4-2, Patriots 4-2. This is my kind of AFC right here.
Well, hold on, you left one out. You left one out. Come on, keep on going. Who else
is that 2010, William? I don't think so.
Who else is 4-2? I don't think he's heard it. Wait, hold on. Tell me who else is 4-2, and Brett, you know what to do in terms of
Duval.
Yeah. So who else is 4-2?
Do we have it queued up here?
Yeah.
Who else is 4-2?
I'll let Liam Cohen say it.
Duval.
Beautiful.
It's just so annoying.
Oh, come on. You don't love that, Brett?
No.
Come on.
Quit it. Stop.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite thing coming into this season.
That was the talk of the offseason.
That's beautiful stuff.
It was the meme of the offseason.
I'm glad he's doing well, too. I'm
happy
for you
because
guys,
I
man.
remember in the press conference saying it. Just the look he gave was just awful.
Duval, yeah. Oh, hey, I don't. You can be a cornball all you want. If you can coach a football team and win games, that's all I care about.
How'd they do Sunday?
Well, you can't win them all, Brett.
Hey, we'll see you.
I mean, you can. The Dolphins, 70 did it?
Bro, I can't even.
We'll see you in Heinz Field in the playoffs. Jags coming to Pittsburgh. I'm going to call it right now.
Yeah, I got a text last week. Someone texted me, a friend of the station as well. It said the AFC runs through Heinz. Well, I guess not Heinz Field.
It's Acrisure Stadium.
Yeah,
I call it Heinz.
Yeah.
Old man game on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Flacco.
You talk about some old time AFC. It just gets better on Thursday night.
Flacco versus
retirement homes around the United States. Well,
hey, our guy's not playing like he's in a retirement home.
Well, not yet. I'm
he
still,
at least made the Bagels look like they had a pulse.
I'm still holding out to where, as this season goes on, can Aaron Rodgers still play at a high level?
He's doing what they.
I think it's even more impressive because
But
Calvin Austin's hurt, and I mean, he doesn't have that many weapons at all.
But are they winning because of Aaron Rodgers right now? Would you say?
I would say, yeah, they are. Because
I was looking at EPA last Sunday, man. He's towards the bottom of the league in EPA right now.
But the thing is, I mean, we haven't had a quarterback since Ben, and this is the first time that we've had competent quarterback play in a long time. And with the way our defense has been playing and.
He's completing 70% of his passes.
He's been.
I know, but he's not doing a ton of
He's not having to. That's the beautiful.
But
thing
that's what I'm saying.
He's not losing.
I mean, we're not a splash play offense, but I mean, they're getting the job done, and he's he's doing his job. He's doing what I expect.
Steelers have never been about splash plays.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just saying. But okay, but
to answer your question, yes, I think they are winning because of Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree.
Okay. I don't know if that I don't think they're winning because of him. I think they're winning because he's not. He's just doing enough. You see what I'm saying there?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the defense and the way that they force turnovers is
Correct.
a big deal on that.
I think the defense is,
but as they should be. I mean, they're the highest paid defense in the league.
Yeah,
but I think
in
terms of what we've seen from the Steelers quarterbacks over the past few years, this is a just breath of fresh air.
Yeah. No more Kenny Pickett, no more gloves and small hands.
I mean,
Russell Wilson, they went through that disaster.
Mason Rudolph.
Just it's good to be good.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Who's another like kind of washed up, notable quarterback that also was during that time? Y'all had like 10 of them
from the Steelers.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, after Ben, it was Mitch Trubisky was in there.
Oh,
that's
the MVP, the Nickelodeon valuable player.
That was a nice 3-week experiment.
God,
that was horrible.
Yeah. Anything on Brian Callahan? Obviously, I thought it was a little bit overdue. Do you feel like things will turn around, like Cam Ward starts playing better or anything like this? Because here's my thing. So far, when I've seen their last two quarterbacks playing or Brian Callahan, they look like the same player to me. Like Will Levis got bashed all year last year, and he made some pathetic, stupid plays. But like you look at their numbers, there's not much of a difference. And Cam Ward's made some pretty bad plays too. And they should be a winless team if it wasn't for a Looney Tunes fumble into the end zone by the Cardinals. But, I mean, Cam Ward's completing 52% of his passes right now. Like, for me, quarterback play early on is big on how you can complete passes, what kind of situation you're in. And I know we're still early in the season, but, 52%, like everyone ripped Anthony Richardson because he was a guy that completed right around, 45, 50% of his passes and said he was no guy in the league. And we're watching Cam Ward do this, and everyone's like, just give him a chance.
I just think he's in a tough spot. I really do. I mean, I can't, first of all, for Callahan to manage to get himself fired with that roster, for how bad that roster is and how low the expectations are, is stunning to me. I mean, you have to be a really just awful coach, which he is, to get fired from that team. So I don't know. I think Cam Ward will get once they get an offensive line around him, he's gonna get better. I mean, look at Bryce Young. Panthers have won 3 in a row here.
Yeah, but Bryce Young though he's hot and cold too, man.
He is, but I think Cam Ward. I mean, you're the number one pick. You're going to be expected to produce, but it's a lot to start your first year, especially on this Titans team. It's miserable.
I'm not out on Cam Ward. Yeah. I just feel like everyone was just giving Will Levis hell last year, and he's that was his second year last season, correct? I felt like they kind of gave him a lot of crap to have like the same type of situation happen for a guy that's only been in the league for less than 2 years as well. That's kind of what I'm going at here. But you do have a backup with Magic 8-Ball. As a Steelers fan, they are absolutely winning because of Rodgers. Atop the league in TDs and touchdown interception ratio.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I think he's doing enough. I don't know if he's going to be able to elevate as we go into the rest of the season.
We're winning a playoff game this year. I can feel it.
Oh, wow. There we go. Okay.
On the way to host one.
If they host one, they better win it.
I'll scribble that down.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Put it in paper. Hey, Jaguars are winning one too, so we'll join you there. All right, when we come back, it's our final thoughts right here on the Playbook, presented by VIP Play.
Congratulations. You found sports radio that doesn't suck. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, and so is Garage Beer. And this week we're out for both Friday afternoon at Trailhead Beer Market. Join Fan Run Radio for a special live broadcast of The Drive this Friday from 3 to 6 at Trailhead Beer Market in South Knoxville, presented by Garage Beer. We'll be giving away 4 passes to the Tailgating for a Cause tailgate party in Circle Park, complete with food, beverages, and TVs for early game watching. One lucky Fan Run listener will win the passes, plus a Garage Beer tailgate prize pack, including a retro tailgate folding chair, shirts, hats, koozies, sunglasses, and more. Registration begins at 3 p.m. with the drawing at 6 this Friday at Trailhead Beer Market, 1317 Island Home Avenue. Come get ready to roast the hogs on a football Friday at Trailhead Beer Market, presented by Garage Beer. American-owned, Tennessee-brewed, 100% beer-flavored beer.
Have you ever found yourself wishing your clothes looked brand new again? Whether it's your favorite suit, that little black dress, or your comfy winter coat, Crown Cleaners can make it happen. From stubborn stains to delicate fabrics, the expert team at Crown Cleaners uses the latest cleaning technology to ensure your clothes come back looking and feeling fresh. Visit one of their 2 area locations, Kingston Pike on Bearden Hill or South North Shore Drive near Dunkin' Donuts. Online at crowncleaners.com. Crown Cleaners, a tradition of excellence.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
All right, final thoughts on this Tuesday edition of the Playbook presented by VIP Play. This one got postponed because we were supposed to do this last week, but we had something else that was pressing at the time, so we had to postpone it. But last week during the break, we were talking about Chick-fil-A, just something to come up in conversation, right? And Allie's from Atlanta. I was like, surely you go to Chick-fil-A a good bit, right? And she was like, actually, no. And that just shocked me. You said you've been like twice? Somewhere around that?
This semester.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on. I thought you said twice all time.
I was like, why is he freaking out about this? No.
Okay, well, that changes things
My
up.
brother goes all the time. Like, the staff there know him. But, like, I go, like, once
Okay, well, now I'm
every,
the
like,
idiot.
4 months. Yeah.
I thought you said, when you said it last
twice her
time,
whole life?
that she'd only been twice in her whole life. And then I said,
That makes sense.
I remember what it was. It was like, I mentioned
The app.
the app. She said she didn't have the Chick-fil-A app
Do
either.
you guys have the Chick-fil-A app?
Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang.
No, he said no.
Oh, you don't?
My point total is unreal.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, I don't know.
How
But it's
often do
good.
you go?
All the time.
I
had it today.
William, I thought
I probably eat
Chipotle
it.
or nothing.
How many times a week, William?
Well, all right. It's not, I don't really go, I haven't gone a ton recently, but here's my thing. So I have the same, I have stacked up points since I was in like high school, right?
Yeah.
And my theory is if I ever go broke or like I'm casted away, like if I'm ever homeless, I have a ton of meals from Chick-fil-A.
Gotcha.
So I have,
Just in case.
Good approach.
where is it? See, that's what I was talking about. Eddie Holiday at the Chick-fil-A. He always gives me free.
Yeah, the managers.
Yes.
Dude, that's the best when you get that notification.
33,000.
33,449.
Wow.
So do you don't want to ever use that?
I don't
You're
use
saving it. What if they like wipe the system one day?
Cancel my account. I'm a signature member. I get
Okay. I've got 1,763, but I don't. You can't use it on campus.
Uh-huh.
And I eat most of my Chick-fil-A on campus.
Yeah. Okay.
So that takes away from my point.
Yeah.
total.
So I 33 times
You can't use that app at campus?
Well,
Or
it's
the
through
board?
Grubhub.
Oh,
It's through
Grub-
the
oh,
people,
yeah.
it's through the people who run the or who run the food at school. So
Okay, well, I guess I'm the idiot because when I had asked, she said I've only been twice. And I
This
thought she was
semester.
saying twice in her life.
yeah.
And I was like, that is insane.
Twice in a couple months.
Have you tried the new bacon?
Well, see, I can't eat any
pretzel?
of it anymore, which is the kicker.
I will say it is good for people with allergies, though, if you can
Yeah.
just get like the grilled nuggets. And
Yeah.
Now the grilled out, so the grilled, I can do the grilled stuff. I
Okay.
gotta take the bun and stuff off
I
of
see.
it. But like
Yeah.
growing up, I mean, I would take down to number one, add cheese or add American cheese, add bacon.
Yeah.
With a large fry and a large mellow yellow light ice. I'd take that down.
Mellow yellow.
Yeah, I'd take that down like that and Taco Bell like every day coming out of high school.
That's beautiful.
Wait, Alex, what was your order?
Well, I change usually. Normally it's 10 nuggets, medium fry, and sweet tea. Over the summer, they had a strawberry dragon fruit frozen lemonade that was unbelievable.
I had that. It's a little sweet though.
I loved it.
See, my palate's changed too with all the. So I got all these allergies right before I got to college, so now like I don't have as much of a sweet tooth, and sometimes things are just too sweet for me.
Yeah.
I do like their diet lemonade.
Yeah,
I had a frozen lemonade for the first time the other day. It was really good.
Well, now they got those cherry berry Sprites.
Yeah,
things like that.
There's sugar in that one.
Yeah.
That have you shaking? That's sugar.
Yeah, for real.
All my friends go to Swig. Have you guys heard
I've
of that?
been to Swig, yeah.
I've never been, but it's a bunch
Near the
of
mall.
just
I know it's near the mall, right?
fun sodas and
It's
all
what?
flavorings.
Dirty soda is what it's called?
Dirty soda.
Yeah.
So sugar. Just sugar.
It's good. They do
I'm
like
sure they got non-sugar.
it's like Dr. Pepper with coffee cream. It's pretty good.
Hey, you thought anything was stray.
Yeah, I did.
I'll tell you what I do. I love Sonic growing up.
Yeah.
Pelican snow cones is really good too. That's local.
I love Pelicans. I've never been to Sonic.
I like Sonic.
Sonic's great. I used to drill their breakfast in the morning. Their breakfast is good. They get it all day too.
Drill it.
You and your fast food, man.
I used to love it, but now then
Now
it got taken away from me.
Brett, do you have one?
Then you it makes you fat too. You keep eating all these fast
Well, it's
food.
horrible. Again, I ate this stuff when I was like 17, 18.
I hear you.
I don't think I've had fast food other than Chipotle or Chick-fil-A. I mean, I haven't had it since 2021.
Since Chipotle came around?
Since 2021.
Chipotle is horrible.
Yeah, God, yeah. Some of them are better than others.
It's horrible. I can't stand
McDonald's bought them out, same company, and the quality's gone down over the years. I can tell.
It's just not good.
Yeah. All right, we gotta wrap it up, unfortunately. But good final thoughts there, talking about my high school fast food addiction.
Your 33,000 points.
Taco Bell. Hey, the Taco Bell employee knew my name, Stevie.
Good Lord, that's embarrassing. Why would you say that?
That was 6 years ago.
Oh
Coming up next, it's
Shout
The
out.
Drive right here on Fan Run Radio. We appreciate you listening along with us. Back same time tomorrow.